Okay, in this video, we're going to be looking at solving a quadratic equation that needs simplification. Specifically, we're going to have a term that's being squared somewhere in the problem. So this is a plus b squared. And remember, if you have a plus or minus b squared, you're going to get, you have to simplify it all out. So you get a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, that would be a plus b squared. And if it's got a minus, it would be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, so it'd be one of those. The plus version has all pluses. The minus version has a minus in the middle. Okay, so let's take a look at this problem. We've got w minus 6. Okay, so we can multiply that all out. So w minus 6 times w minus 6. Um, you can look at this, it's going to be this one, right? Okay, but we can multiply it all through, but if you want to use the equation, that's what it is. So w squared, the middle terms are going to be negative 6w and negative 6w, which is negative 12w. And then the last term will be positive 36. Okay, so that gives us 2w squared minus 9w plus 26 equals w squared minus 12w plus 36. So I'm going to get everything on the same side. I'm going to subtract the w squared. I'm going to add a 12w and subtract a 36. So let's do that over here as well. Minus w squared plus 12w and minus 36. Okay, so on the right side, all those things are going to cancel. That's the point. So we get 0 on the right side. And on the left side, we get 2w minus w, 2w squared minus w squared is just w squared. Now let's see, 12 minus 9 is 3, so 3w. And negative 36 plus 26 is negative 10. Okay, there we go. We've got it into trinomial form. So let's factor it. We look at the last number because there's no number here. So negative 10, two numbers that multiply to get negative 10, but add to get 3. Some variation of 5 and 2. Either the 5 is negative or the 2 is negative. Since this is a 3 positive, and it's this one, 5 and negative 2. So w plus 5 and w minus 2 equals 0. So w plus 5 equals 0, w minus 2 equals 0, w equals negative 5, w is equal to 2. Okay, let's look at the next problem. We're going to square that term out. So think of it in terms of u plus 2, right? Okay, so this will be u squared. And then our middle terms will be 2u and 2u, which is 4u. And then our last term will be 2 times 2, which is 4. On the left side, we got 2u squared minus u minus 10 equals that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to subtract u squared, subtract 4u, and subtract 4. So subtract u squared, subtract 4u, and subtract 4. Okay, cancel, cancel, cancel. This is what we want. So this becomes 2 minus 1 is just 1, so u squared minus 5u minus 14 equals 0. Okay, so let's factor this thing now. Two numbers that multiply to get negative 14, but add to get 5. It's going to be some variation of 2 and 7. Let's see, we need the 7 to be negative because this is negative. So that's the one we're choosing. It'll be u minus 7 and u plus 2 equals 0. So u minus 7 equals 0, u plus 2 equals 0. So we get u is equal to 7 and u is equal to negative 2. Okay, a couple more. So on this one, we work it all out. So think of there being another w plus 5 right here without the square. Okay, so first term will be w times w is w squared. And middle terms will be 5w and 5w, which is 10w, if you add them together. And then plus 25 equals 2w squared plus 8w plus 1. Okay, so let's move this stuff over here. Negative w squared, negative 10w, negative 25. Okay, so this will cancel as expected and get 0 on this side. And on the other side, we get 2 minus 1 is 1, so w squared. 8 minus 10 is negative 2w, and then that will be negative 24. Okay, so two numbers that multiply to get negative 24, but add to get negative 2. It's going to be some variation of 6 and 4. Looks like it needs to be negative 6, positive 4, so that we can get that middle term of negative 2. So 0 equals w minus 6 and w plus 4. We set those equal to 0 and solve. And we get w is equal to 6 when I add it, and w is equal to negative 4 when I subtract it. Okay, last one. So let's work this out. Think of it as w minus 1 times w minus 1, right, without the square. So w times w is w squared. W times negative 1 is negative w, and another negative w makes negative 2w. And then negative 1 times negative 1 is 1, equals 2w squared minus 9w plus 13. All right, we're going to move over to the right side. So subtract w squared, add 2w, subtract 1. Okay, cancel, 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 as expected. So we get 0 equals w squared minus 7w plus 12. Okay, so two numbers that multiply to get 12 that add to get negative 7 should be, what, 3 and 4, because they have to be the same sign, right? Because it's positive. So 3 and 4 would work. For 7, we need a negative 3, negative 4. Negative 3 times negative 4 multiplies to positive 12, and these two add to get negative 7. So this becomes 0 is equal to w minus 3 and w minus 4. And I do w minus 3 equals 0, w minus 4 equals 0. So w equals 3 and w equals 4. Those are my two solutions.